The recent episode on the Graham Norton Show that featured Prince Harry demanding to be addressed as Your Highness has sparked intense discussions about modern-day royals, their place in public life, and the clash between royal formalities and relaxed societal norms. As Harry took the stage, his insistence on a formal address initially seemed lighthearted, yet soon created a tense atmosphere that contrasted sharply with the show's famously informal vibe. Graham Norton, known for his comedic flair and ability to keep guests at ease, attempted to steer the interaction into friendly territory. However, Prince Harry's persistence in upholding royal decorum became a visible source of discomfort, escalating the tension between host and guest. Observers noted the unusual rigidity in Harry's behavior, especially given his recent departure from formal royal duties. The prince's insistence surprised the live audience and viewers alike, who watched as the mood shifted from playful banter to awkward formality. This standoff grew so uncomfortable that Norton, known for his diplomacy with high-profile guests, ultimately asked Harry to leave. While such confrontations are virtually unheard of on the show, the host's decision to remove Harry underscored a boundary he was unwilling to compromise: the show's egalitarian and light-hearted environment. The incident quickly went viral, dividing public opinion on social media. Supporters of Norton's stance felt that the host rightly upheld a casual and inclusive atmosphere. They argued that the demand for formal titles was out of place on a talk show designed to put all guests on an equal footing, allowing audiences to see celebrities as relatable, everyday people. Conversely, many of Harry's defenders empathized with his request, pointing out the deep-rooted traditions and expectations tied to his former royal status. For them, Harry's insistence on being addressed as Your Highness was seen as a natural expression of his upbringing and an indication of the respect he still holds for royal formalities, even in less formal settings. This incident has sparked an enduring debate about the roles and relevance of royal titles in modern society. The visibility of Harry's request for royal acknowledgement, even after stepping back from official duties, raises questions about how former royals should be perceived by the public. Are traditional titles like Your Highness still pertinent when the person holding them chooses to live a largely private, non-official life? Or is this insistence a reminder of the residual impact of royal protocol, even when a former royal attempts to bridge two identities? While some see Harry's insistence as symbolic of a deeper struggle to reconcile his royal upbringing with the freedoms and expectations of private citizenship, others view it as a persistent clinging to a privilege he publicly distanced himself from. The episode also highlighted the continued scrutiny and complexity of Harry's post-royal life, wherein his every action is weighed against a backdrop of tradition and public expectation. The friction between Norton and Harry played out as a microcosm of the larger societal debate about the monarchy's modern relevance, with Harry inadvertently acting as a focal point for unresolved questions surrounding the royals. This moment on the Graham Norton Show reflects the cultural divide that surrounds Harry as he navigates his path outside the royal institution. It brought forward the duality he faces, being both a royal by birth and a private individual by choice, which leaves him grappling with public expectations that clash with his personal wishes. While Harry seeks to define himself outside of his royal status, he remains bound to the public's deeply ingrained image of him as Prince Harry, a title both symbolic and limiting. The uncomfortable exchange has since fueled broader discussions on talk shows and across social media. Observers question how royals should balance their identities post-departure and debate if titles, once imbued with historical weight, still hold meaning in everyday public interactions. For many, this moment of cultural clash underscored the inherent tensions royals face in a society that increasingly values equality over inherited privilege. Whether Harry can truly escape the expectations tied to his title remains to be seen, as he continues to walk a tightrope between tradition and modernity. As Prince Harry faces ongoing public scrutiny, the incident illustrates the challenges he faces in balancing his identity between royal tradition and his newly chosen life as a private individual. This episode revealed, perhaps unintentionally, that despite any formal departure from royal life, Harry remains bound by the social expectations and historic gravity of his heritage.